Hey guys, I'm Alex with This Cob House, and let's talk about tools. So if you followed me for any length of time on this channel, you'll know I talk a lot about how to construct buildings, the different components to the buildings, how to design the buildings, but I never really go too much into the tools that I use. So I'm going to start talking more about the tools that I use, because your tools make a huge difference in your work efficiency and accuracy. Without the right tools, you're not going to get the job done right. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about the tools that I use, and today we're going to start with this tool. So this tool here is the Makita die grinder, and basically it's just like a big Dremel but much heavier and much more powerful. So I picked this up last year and I've been using it a lot, and more specifically for carving and grinding down stone and brick, and that's what I've mainly use it for, but you can do a lot of different things with this tool. Just think of it as a large Dremel, so all the purposes of a Dremel into this much more powerful tool. So the Makita die grinder comes just like this, and it comes along with two little wrenches which are needed to remove the collet head so you can put your bits inside. And it's a really simple tool, simple design, simple to use. There's a slide switch, so it's either on or off, and I like to hold it like this. Just grip the handle. It's got a nice rubber gripping end here, and then I'll hold it with the non-dominant hand, the other side, and sometimes I'll really hold it close to my body depending on what I'm doing, and you can really get a lot of control with this tool. So if you've never used a tool with bits like this, you have to know how to remove these collet ends. So it can be a little confusing if you've never done it before, but I'm going to show you how to do it real quick. It's actually really easy. So that's why it comes with these two wrenches. So you've got to hold one end of the collet in place, and then put the other one on the collet head here, and then you're going to twist opposite directions to release that and unscrew the collet head, and then you can remove the actual collet. This is a 1/4 inch collet, and you can actually replace it with a 1/8 inch collet, so that you can use any kind of Dremel style bits. So it's a really versatile tool, and can do a lot of things with it. So we have both pieces here. We take the head, we put the bit in, and then it goes into the collet, and then goes into the die grinder. Screw the head back on, and then again hold one end and tighten the other end. So you want to make sure it's real tight, because you don't want these bits coming off. so there's many style bits you can put in this die grinder, and I've got some diamond tipped bits which I use for grinding stone and concrete bricks. They work really well for anything that's very hard. Now I also have some carbide tipped bits which are pretty versatile. They're also cheaper to buy. So you can use these on stone, soft stone like limestone here, or you can use it on wood. Lots of different applications for these. And they have all different styles and shapes. So you can carve lots of different things: wood, stone, brick, concrete, mortar, whatever difficult thing you need to carve or polish up. Okay, so let's talk about safety with this tool. So first rule is to always keep it unplugged whenever you're changing out your bits, because you don't want to accidentally hit that slide and turn it on as you're changing your bits. Now also you want to make sure your collet is tight enough, because you don't want those bits coming out, obviously spinning at 25,000 rotations per minute. So that's basic safety on this. When you're holding it, obviously keep your hand tight above the spinning bit. Now I do recommend wearing eye protection whenever you're using this, because pieces can fly depending on what you're grinding or cutting. And I recommend hearing protection. It's not that loud of a tool, but if you're working with it for a long time, it's good to have. And now, importantly, if you're grinding anything that's going to create a lot of dust in the air, especially like stone or concrete or mortar, wood too, I do recommend a good ventilation mask. This is a 3M. These are easy to find, and just a couple, maybe 20 bucks for one of these, and they last quite a while without needing to replace these filters. So that's basic safety with this tool. Definitely keep that in mind. So what do I think of this tool? Honestly, I really like this tool a lot, and I've gotten a really huge amount of value out of it. So it's lightweight, it's easy to use, it's comfortable for a long time. I mean, you can keep this thing running for a long time. Doesn't give the machine any problems. It's comfortable in your hand under long periods of time. So overall, I mean, really, I can't even think of any cons for this tool. It could have a variable speed for on the switch, but I really don't need that personally. So I can't even think of anything wrong with this tool, at least for my purposes. So I can speak at least from a carving perspective. If you're doing any kind of stone sculpture, stone carving, any kind of brick work, might be good for brick masons too, if they need to remove dried mortar. Really a great versatile tool though for probably any kind of craft or trade. So I really do highly recommend this tool, the Makita die grinder. I think I picked this up for $100. So this tool has definitely paid itself off in value. So I really believe in having good tools, and this tool has definitely earned its prime place in my workshop. And I'm going to leave a link in the description below to find out more about the Makita die grinder, and I'll also leave links to my personal safety and protection equipment that I use. And so with that said, until next time, I'll talk to you then, and be safe and get out there and do your craft.